Welcome to 12-Minute Talks, where important information is shared in a short time period. Learn from other business owners, entrepreneurs, and experts about what they do to help you find solutions to everyday topics in 12 minutes or less. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the 12-Minute Talks podcast. Today, I'm excited to have with us Jessica McLean. She's an empowerment coach helping women entrepreneurs eliminate internal blocks to success so they can achieve their multi-million dollar dreams while thriving in their personal lives. Jessica, thank you so much for being on today.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. So this is an interesting topic because we see a lot of women out there that, they're doing great in their business, but sometimes in their personal lives, not so much, or vice versa, right? Um, so before we get into that, why don't you tell the audience a little bit about yourself and how you got into this industry?
Absolutely. So I am, like you said, I'm an empowerment coach, really helping women create holistic success. So success not just in money, but in every aspect of their lives, particularly in their personal lives or their relationships with themselves and really their relationships with other people. And the way that I got into doing this amazing work actually really started, in 2009 with my own personal growth journey, and just healing the different traumas and the internal stuff that really I saw causing me to hold myself back in different areas of my life. Like I would go to a certain level, maybe. So, like when I used to compete in high school, like I might get third place, but I could tell that there was like some self sabotage preventing me from like being the one who was always winning first place and like totally dominating. And there are so many women who know, like, I have the potential to totally dominate in my business. I have the potential to totally dominate in my life, to smash every single one of my goals. And when they see themselves holding themselves back in their businesses or their finances, there is always something deeper going on, right? It's not just another business strategy. It's not that you need another course or another coach to help you, like, switch up your funnel or learn a new method of making money. But there is something that is going on internally, whether it's mental, emotional, generally both, right?
Right.
That gets in the way. So that's what I do. That's the journey that I've been on myself, and that's what I get to help other women with.
Yeah, that's great that you've been able to take your own personal journey and now help other women improve themselves. So, in other words, it's not the Google algorithm or the Facebook algorithm, right? That's ruining people marketing strategies, right? Based on what you just said there. Um, so, why don't you tell us a little bit about, we hear all these words like leveling up and like, and I hear that and personally I'm like, yeah, that sounds great, but this isn't a video game. So like what what would be your definition of leveling up that you help women achieve?
Such a good question. To me, leveling up, and I totally agree. We talk about it all the time. It's all over Facebook. It's in everybody's marketing copy, right? For me, really leveling up, and for the women that I know that I'm called to work with, it's really about becoming fully everything that you know that you're called to be and achieving everything that you know you're capable of. So if you know, like if you look, 5 years into the future and what you see is yourself making millions of dollars, owning, properties in multiple states or homes in multiple countries or whatever it is that you know that you're capable of, that feeling on the inside of you that like, I know that I was made for more than this. Leveling up is stepping into that version of yourself and doing it now and living as she would live and creating the results that she gets to experience. So it isn't a specific number, although I'm personally called to women who have really really big dreams. So generally the number is like millions of dollars, multi millions of dollars, billions of dollars, that we're talking about. But to me, leveling up is really stepping into the you that you know that you are capable of becoming, and the you that you know you will not, you refuse to die without becoming her. That
Yeah.
you, that's your next level.
So in other words, it seems like walking in faith, like they say, right? Like seeing yourself where you want to be, but how you are now, right?
Yes.
And it's interesting because like faith is what like a mustard seed, and I don't think enough people look at a mustard seed. It's really really tiny, like right, like if you put that in your hands. But yeah, I think this also goes into like visualizing and all that type of stuff. But I'm assuming there's more to it than that, right? It's not
Absolutely.
just saying affirmations and that type of stuff, right?
Nope. Definitely not.
Yeah. And so, Jessica, do you help women one on one or in groups? How do you help women the best?
I do both actually. I love one on one. I'm actually launching a group program right now that's about focused on relationships. Right, when you're killing it in your business and your personal relationships are not great, you're not killing it in your love life and your relationships. What do you do? How do you fix that? So I do have some group programs that I run. I have one on one launching again in a couple of weeks. So I do both because I love them both.
Yeah, and so a lot of times we talk about, oh, we want to have everything in life. So, what do you think, in your experience, is like the reason why so many, not just women, but I guess men and people in general, right, um, can't seem to have both, right? A thriving personal life and that multi-million-dollar business.
Personally, I think I see the same mechanisms really impacting both things, right? So really, when women come to me, it's always like, I want to expand financially. I want to grow my business. I want to make millions of dollars. I'm making six figures. My goal is seven, eight, nine, 10. But the underlying mental and emotional things that are impacting where they're at right now and are preventing them from getting to the next level are the same ones that are showing up in their relationships. So I call them like the pillars of success, right? Are your vision, like where you want to go, your strategy, so like the actions that you're taking to get there, and then your system. So, how are you managing time, money, energy, and information? Your capacity to receive, like how much can you actually handle in comparison with what you want, and your blueprint, right? What do you believe about yourself, about success in that area, about successful people? And so really when it comes to like your blueprint, your container, your systems, and your strategies, they those same, like your blueprint for money and your blueprint for love, are very much similar, if not exactly the same, right?
Yeah,
So if fear of rejection is showing up in your sales, it's probably also showing up in your romantic relationships, right?
Yeah, and that makes sense. It's like they say, how you do one thing is how you do everything. So, pretty sure
Exactly.
that pattern comes up in different areas, right?
Exactly.
Um, I think everybody should go back and rewind a little bit and listen very attentively to what Jessica just mentioned about the four pillars, because it's important to like really internalize that and take action, right, to improve that. So, Jessica, what's something that you would say sets you apart? Because I feel like this is like episode 90 something, I think. I'm not really sure what number it's going to be right now, but um, I've had a lot of life coaches for some reason on my show. What would you say is something that sets you apart from other people that maybe do something similar?
I would say probably what I just mentioned, actually, like the specific methodology that I use. So many coaches, particularly business coaches, right? But so many coaches focus on strategy and mindset, right? The affirmations, and like your strategy, like what are you doing every day, taking action, execution. And my focus is really both on your blueprint and your container, right? So, like, what do you believe? Of course, with the affirmations and your beliefs and your subconscious mind and all the fun brain stuff, but also you're expanding your capacity to receive. Because if you don't have the capacity to receive what it is that you desire, then you can try to get there, but you're going to struggle. So it's either you're not going to get where you want to go, or you're going to get there and then you're going to snap back to where you were before. And it's expanding your capacity to receive and really transcending your own internal limits for what you're able to handle in terms of money and success, that allows you to level up sustainably. So you can get there and you can stay there, right? So maybe you want to get to 50K months or 100K months, but like your brain is not calibrated to 50K months or 100K months. So making that shift and expanding your capacity to receive is really at the crux of what I do.
Yeah, and those are all very important things that we should all work on it, I guess. You know, awesome. And so, Jessica, how can somebody get in touch with you if they would like to know more about you and your programs?
The best way to get in touch with me is to find me on Facebook. That's where I love to hang out. You can find me at facebook.com/coach Jessica K dot. So that's facebook.com/coach Jessica and the letters KDOTE.
Awesome. And like always, all of the links will be down below. And if you're watching the video, you'll notice that it has her handle there the whole time, so you can easily find her. And I just wanted to quickly introduce myself for those of you that don't know who I am. My name's Lorena Tomasini, and I'm the owner of Mom Life and Health Insurance Agency, where together with my mom, we help other businesses and families with their financial protection needs. Jessica, it's been great having you today on the 12 Minute Talks podcast. And I do have one random question for you. What would you say are some of your hobbies that you've discovered maybe during COVID?
Oh, discovered during COVID.
Because I feel like when I ask that question, people are like, oh, but I used to do this and I can't do that now. So, you know.
I don't know. Is Zoom chats a hobby? I I spend so much time like Zoom calling my friends now.
Right.
Between that and dancing in the living room, I think are probably the top two hobbies I
Okay, that's yeah.
have.
Though I think those are valid. You know, dancing in the living room and Zoom chats. You know, that's a new way to socialize, I guess now.
Yeah. And Sundays
So,
at the beach, that's another one.
oh yeah, yeah, that's always fun. All right, Jessica. Well, it's been great having you on today. Is there anything else you would like to add?
I don't think so. Thank you so much for having me. It's been wonderful.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for listening to this podcast and hope you will listen to the next one. I'm Lorena Tomasini and you can contact me via email life@malmins.com. Make it a great day.